Hey, this is David.
This is Chris.
This is the Realtor Daddy podcast.
Yo, welcome back. You went
Thank
on a
you.
trip.
I did. Yeah, it was I don't really know what to say about the trip. It was
Yeah, yeah.
it was
Tell
an
tell
interesting
me,
trip for sure.
tell us all about your trip to Disneyland and Universal Studios. Was it?
Yeah. So, this was my wife's family. They wanted to go to LA. Initially, they were going to go to Las Vegas. But they eventually decided against it. So LA became the final choice there. So we flew out Wednesday evening on a red eye, and this is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which apparently is like the worst travel day to be at the airport. It was insanely crowded and busy. Like everybody's trying to travel to
Really?
visit their family wherever they are.
Before the holidays.
Yeah, yeah. So this is literally the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. So we chose probably the worst day to travel. On top of that, it was also Parker's first trip that we've ever taken. So, Nee and I kind of went into it with a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry
Hmm.
because unfortunately, I have been always unlucky enough to fly with a baby who's like really in close proximity to me, just screaming their heads off. So
You know how it feels
I know
to
how it
be
feels.
cried at or be
Yeah.
irritated by. That sounds so bad, but like,
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it is completely irritating.
yeah, yeah,
It is
yeah.
super irritating, especially when you're on a red eye, like there's going to be a lack of sleep, so when you have a baby just screaming their heads off the entire flight, especially going from Hawaii, it's minimum 5 hours wherever you're going,
Yeah.
right? And if you're listening to a baby screaming for 5 hours, man, I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
So Nee and I went into it with that kind of anxiety, that worry that, oh man, we just don't know. Because I've read that a lot of babies, they end up having a lot of like, pressure problems in their
Hmm.
ears, especially like on takeoff and coming back down too. So, we tried to do everything right. We timed his drinking with like the takeoff. But fortunately, Parker is actually like a pretty good flyer.
Oh, good,
Yeah,
good.
so thank God he
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 didn't
was
cry.
he was chill. I mean,
Oh,
he
wow.
cried a little bit right around nap time, or not nap time. It's when he's about to fall asleep,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's always kind of done that anyway. So we expected that. So he was actually okay. He cried maybe for 10 minutes. Nothing too crazy.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. And your flight was 5 hours?
Yeah, it's about 5 hours going into LA, so it really
Wow.
wasn't bad. So I gotta say, like, we were super fortunate that Parker is a pretty good flyer. And plus he's like super friendly too with strangers.
Oh, did he
So
say hello and
yeah,
smile at you?
he's starting to wave and he's like very expressive.
Oh, that's good.
So like he'll smile and stuff, and it's like you can't get mad at a cute baby,
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
hard, especially when they're so friendly. So we were actually okay. So yeah, thank God, like he didn't cry. He slept the entire time. So I think for parents out there, especially with like babies who are sort of in like the 1 year or less kind of age range, I think red eyes are the secret to having a semi enjoyable flight.
That's awesome. So they sleep like through the whole thing and
Yeah, he basically slept through the entire flight. And oddly enough, though, we were flying on American, and the seats that we booked originally, we were flying with Nee's family, so I booked a 3 by 3 row for
hmm.
9 of us to all sit together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
That's
my
huge.
thought was like, if Parker is like getting nuts, the aunties or uncles who are there can help kind of support a little bit. Or at least if he can't calm down, it's like we're surrounded by the family, and the family is like, they're not going to be mad at us
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Parker is screaming his head off.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, it's a little bit of a buffer.
Hmm.
But American Airlines actually ended up moving my wife and I to a different row completely.
Oh,
And I'm
what?
like, oh
They
crap.
can do that? That's messed up.
Yeah, so I called them up because I was like, hey, you got to move me back. We booked the flights a certain way because of that. Like,
Yeah.
but they told us that the seats that we had originally booked did not have baby-sized oxygen masks in case of
Oh,
an emergency. So I
yeah.
was like, oh, okay, that's a pretty damn good reason. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So they actually moved us to the premium economy seats,
Cool. For
so we got
free?
more leg room. Yeah, it was
Oh,
completely free.
fuck yeah.
It was great. Um, so we got moved. So that kind of added to our anxiety a little bit because we're like, oh man, we're on our own. Because the aunties and uncles, they're like 10 rows behind us at that
Yeah.
point. But yeah, it was a great flight. And because we were in the premium economy seats, they came with alcohol too. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping. I don't sleep well on flights anyway. So I was like, I might as well just get drunk. This will help with my anxiety. Parker's just chilling. My wife's sleeping already. I'm just going to get drunk.
Nice.
So
And you get drunk really fast in the air, I heard. Like
yeah,
it kicks
yeah.
in really
Kicks in
quickly.
real quick in the air. So I was like 2 beers in. I was like, oh, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. I don't know what the
Yeah.
science behind that is, but I did that a lot too.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a great first flight. We made it to LA without any incident really.
Good, good.
Yeah, it was great. So we landed on Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving we didn't really do too much.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us were still pretty tired, so it was a very chill day for us. The aunties ended up we stayed in Westminster, which apparently is like the little Saigon of like
Oh,
Southern
cool.
California. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the Vietnamese live there, and it's kind of crazy.
Any relatives in that area?
Uh, I know the aunties or Nee has like a distant cousin that lives in that area. So he was actually our tour guide
Oh,
for
cool.
Universal and Disneyland too.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it was pretty awesome.
So you went to Disneyland the day after.
Uh, we went to Universal on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. So instead of going shopping and everything, we decided to hit up Universal Studios. Um,
Nice.
and then Disneyland was Saturday, the day
Oh,
afterwards.
okay.
Universal was fun. Um, Universal, I guess, doesn't have as many like kid-friendly rides, though. I gotta say,
Oh,
but it was pretty cool though, cause like me has never been to LA before. So obviously never been to Universal Studios or Disneyland.
yeah.
So, we kind of agreed to go on the trip mostly just for her to experience all of that.
Yeah. Must have been a hard year for her too, so just let her enjoy
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
things.
So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
We dressed up Parker in like a little minion costume
Oh
too.
yeah, I
Oh
saw
my
that.
goodness.
That's
All the
cute.
ladies loved him. Like everywhere we walked, especially as you got close to like the minion ride.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, we were getting stopped left and right because all the ladies, oh man, they were just eating him up. And Parker loved it too. He loved the attention.
That's
It was
awesome, dude.
great.
Nice. How was the atmosphere? Did they decorate Christmas
Oh yeah.
style?
I think a lot of the parks wait until like after Thanksgiving. So once Thanksgiving is done, like overnight, they just transform it
Oh,
completely. So it just goes from like I don't know what kind of decorations they have for like the summertime or fall or whatever. But it just oh no, it's Halloween prior to that. So it's all
yeah,
Halloween
yeah.
decorations. And then once Thanksgiving is done, they just completely switch it to Christmas.
Oh,
So you got
nice.
all the Christmas trees, all the lights, all the characters are dressed up in like special Christmas costumes too. So it was
That's cool.
really, really a fun time to be out there, especially with kids too.
Nice,
Yeah. Have you
nice.
guys ever been to like Disneyland or
Yeah,
Universal?
yeah. We love Disneyland.
Yeah.
Universal Studios, Los Angeles or Hollywood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe about two times in my life.
Okay. Has Yuki
Uh,
been?
not LA, but
Oh.
there's a Universal Studios in Japan.
Oh, okay, okay.
I went there quite often. It's like a date spot.
Oh, nice.
So they have like Halloween and the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
But I personally like Disneyland for the atmosphere and the food and stuff.
I gotta agree. I'm more of a Disney person too. I,
Yeah.
I love I love Disney. Universal's great. I I really only just go there for like the Harry Potter world though.
Oh
That's what kind
yeah,
of gets me.
dude, I love that.
But everything else, I'm just kind of like, Ah, that's okay. You
Yeah.
know. Oh, but they did have Super Mario Land though. That was
Oh,
open.
dude, I didn't go
That
there.
was
Yeah.
actually pretty fun. I gotta say,
Yeah.
it was a pretty fun ride. Yeah. Long wait time though. Like
Dude.
I think we waited for like a good hour and a half just to get in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was cool though. It's like this it's like a virtual reality shooter game.
Okay.
So it's sort of like it's very much like Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting in like this ride and there's four seats and you're sort of playing against each other because you're trying to accrue as many points as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
But the goal is to also defeat Bowser and all of his minions and stuff. So you're like in your Mario Kart thing, and then you have these special VR glasses,
Cool.
and you like if you look down, it shows you like how many coins you're getting and how many like green shells that you have, or was it blue shells? I forget. The shells
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
just shoot out in one direction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the whole point of it is like you're using your head and that screen to sort of aim wherever the shells are gonna go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a trigger or something
Yeah,
to
yeah, there's a
fly?
trigger on the steering wheel, so
Oh,
you just
okay.
press it and then it'll shoot the shells out. So you want to aim it at, all the turtle guys, the turtle minions or whatever. So it was a lot of fun.
I love Mario Kart.
Yeah, I ended up getting like the highest score.
Yeah,
So it was
dude.
great.
How many of your family went on that ride? Was it just you and me or the whole family?
uh, there was there was nine of us, not including Parker. Obviously cannot go on that ride. So Nee was sort of like I guess kicked out, so she had to go back and wait.
Nice.
So then it was just we all got split. So there was eight of us. So it was 4 to 1 cart. So all
Oh,
of us got to
okay.
go at one time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the cool thing for all the parents out there who are sort of debating about if they want to go to a theme park or not, we found out that if you're coming in with a baby, both Universal and Disneyland, and I'm sure the other ones in Florida too, they have this sort of like a policy where if the baby cannot ride, one parent will stay behind with the baby, and then that parent that stays behind, they'll be given a either like a lightning pass or like an express pass, or depending on which park you're at. So once the other parent is done with their ride, they can switch off.
Cool. That's
So
so cool.
yeah, and then the other parent doesn't have to wait through that crazy line again. They can just come in
Wow.
through the express lane and ride the
Hacks.
ride. And
Didn't
the
know
cool
that.
thing too is like, because nobody wants to ride it alone,
Yeah.
they allow you to bring a person with you
Oh, cool.
when it's your turn. So that's kind of what we did. So I got to
Nice.
ride it twice, which is great.
That's cool. How's Nee's reaction to everything? Like two
Uh,
theme parks in one trip. That's exciting.
she's been to Universal before, so I guess Universal Studios, like it was cool to, especially because it's like she's never been to the Hollywood location.
Oh, okay.
But Nee is the kind of person that she doesn't like lines. She doesn't like
Uh,
crowds. So especially because this was the first weekend that they were debuting their Christmas decorations, everybody was out.
dude, I
You know,
bet.
yeah. So for her, like she doesn't like it, and especially because we have a newborn or a baby, like we just don't want to get sick either. So
Yeah,
being in the
yeah.
crowd like that, like I gotta admit, mainland people sometimes are a little gross. They're just
Yeah,
coughing
yeah.
everywhere, and like you have all these tourists from all different countries too. So everyone's coughing, they're sneezing. A lot of people don't have the same like health standards as you too.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're just like every time we hear someone cough, we're like, oh
Yeah.
crap, like cover Parker, you know.
Yeah.
But outside of that though, like she had a blast. I think it was really great because, she's there with her family, and it's like our first time that we actually traveled like all together as like one giant family like
Oh,
that.
nice.
So it was a very different experience for the two of us.
Yeah, yeah. No
Um,
drama? Oh, I don't want to talk about
I wonder if
that.
there wasn't any drama.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good,
Well,
good.
I mean, a little bit of drama for me, but
Uh,
that's another story.
I mean, like, I traveled with friends, I traveled with family, and somehow traveling is really stressful.
It can
And
be.
like people end up fighting. People end up, no, I want to go here when, and like they're like, oh, okay. Then after they talk shit about each other, oh, I wanted to go here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a little bit of that myself. Um, so I'm a very big foodie kind of person, right? I
Yeah.
love food. So being in LA, like when I think of LA, I'm thinking like street tacos,
Yeah.
like really amazing Mexican food. I want In and Out. I want Korean barbecue from K-Town. you know, especially in Disneyland, right? You gotta get the churros, you gotta get the pickle,
There's so many good
you gotta
stuff.
get the turkey leg. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's so
Even the
many good things.
popcorn, dude.
Yes, the
There's so
popcorn.
many flavors, like
Dude, they like
curry.
pump that butter into the air or something.
Yeah, for
Like,
real.
I was smelling that stuff like a mile away, and I'm like, "Where's the popcorn cart? I don't see it."
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't. So for me, like because Nee's family, they're all Vietnamese, right? They only wanted Vietnamese food.
Oh, that's hard, dude.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like,
I love
come
Vietnamese
on.
food, but like we're in LA,
Yeah,
we need some street tacos.
dude.
Like I never got any. I didn't get my In and Out
Oh
either.
no.
Even at Disneyland too, I didn't get my fix.
I
My
see.
churros and the turkey leg, and I didn't get any of that. I mean, it's okay. I'm not complaining because like Nee and I, we didn't pay for this trip. The aunties very graciously paid for our flight.
Oh, that's
They paid for the
nice.
Airbnb. I covered the Turo rental car because I was like, I feel kind of bad. Like I gotta pay for something,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
paid for the car. So all that being said, I was like, you know what? It's your trip. I'm just here. It's fine.
You're
I'll
the
eat the
guide.
Vietnamese food. Yeah, like it's okay. So
Dude, that's awesome, man. So they
yeah.
pooled money together so that you guys could enjoy it. Was Parker, did Parker have to pay anything? Like,
No, he was
as a
free.
baby? Oh,
Completely free. The flight, he was free. I think we paid some taxes, which was like $20 or something. So he flew for free.
baby tax.
But to come into the parks, he's completely free. I
That's
think both
awesome.
parks, as long as your baby is like 3 years or less, they're free.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Dude, cool, man. So what was the highlight of the trip? Was it Disneyland or Universal?
My highlight of the trip was probably, and this is gonna sound so cliche, man. The 10 o'clock, or was it 10 o'clock? 9:30 p.m. fireworks at
Oh,
Disneyland.
yep.
In the cold, we're all dressed up super warm, and they're like playing all these magical Christmas songs, and it's starting to snow, the fake snow from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
buildings. That was probably like the most cherished memory that I can pull from that entire trip.
That's
Like
awesome.
just being there with my wife, our little family. It was wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were just watching the fireworks, and like this is way past Parker's bedtime too, so he was like a little sleepy. But once the fireworks started going off, oh my gosh, his eyes just like lit up. They were like just so bright, and I could see it, and he was like smiling, and it made it like so worth it. It was completely worth it just to do that.
Dude, you're gonna remember this moment for the rest of your life.
Oh
So
yeah.
that is how you described it. I could understand how you're like listening to beautiful music, fireworks lighting up, and all of you looking up at the same time and
Yeah.
just
And like
like cherishing the moment.
yeah, dude, and for me, I didn't pay much attention to the fireworks, not too much attention. I was mostly just looking at, Nee and Parker and just seeing how like, they were like all cuddled up with each other and
Yeah.
like looking at the fireworks and oh man, just looking at the two of them, like I damn near cried, man. Like I was
Dude,
I was like tearing up in that moment. I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful.
yeah. As a dad, like
Yeah.
your family's healthy and happy
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that moment, and I understand, dude.
Yeah, man.
I can
It
understand.
was it was a great feeling. So really like shout out to Disney for creating that magical moment. Like it was by far like the most memorable thing of that entire trip. It was
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I just love the world that Disney created. I know like there's like a lot of dark stuff about Disney about like the subliminal messaging, but like we can't deny that they made such a good atmosphere in that place. Like when you step into Disney, it's like you forget like all your
Dude, it's
worries
a
and
whole
stuff.
different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all your worries literally just melt away.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so cool how like every single thing, even to the cleaning, like I saw in Disney that they would like form leaves in a Mickey Mouse,
Oh, really?
like, or they would like spray the like street art or something with water, and they would
Oh, and they'll draw out like Mickey or
yeah,
Donald Duck or what? Yeah.
and the
Oh, that's so
jazz and
cool.
oh, did you go to California Adventure too?
No, we didn't have the time. And plus, like getting the park hopper tickets, they're really expensive now.
Dude, yeah,
That's like the one thing I'm kind of like upset at. Like every year, the Disney prices just kind of keep going up. So I think this trip we just bought the one park ticket
that's good.
plus the Lightning Lane or Lightning Express tickets, whatever they're called now, or Genie Pass. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, Genie.
I don't remember how much it actually cost because we didn't pay for those either. But I think it's like 100, like $80 or something for that specific day
Yeah, yeah.
because it's kind of like a holiday.
Oh, that must have been more
Yeah,
expensive,
it was
huh?
more expensive than your normal ticket. And then adding in the Lightning Pass thing was like another 150 per person.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was pricey.
Dude, that trip alone with only Disneyland could be like 1,000 for
Oh
two
yeah.
people
I did the math. I think just to go to Disneyland for that day was like close to $2,300, twenty four hundred
for all
dollars
of you, right?
for all of
Oh,
us.
that's so crazy.
And then we had another family that joined us too, the relatives that live in California.
Yeah,
So I mean, yeah, it was a big group. Yeah.
dude, that's so cool though. Like you get along with everyone in that family.
Oh yeah, they love me.
That's awesome, dude.
I think they love me. I don't know. They haven't said anything.
I mean, Nee would have told you,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true. But it was great, and I mean it was really great for Parker too because he doesn't see niece family that often because we live with my parents. So for Parker to be able to spend an entire weekend like that with niece side of the family, all the aunties and uncles there, I mean, I know they loved it, and Parker loved it just as much. Like
That's
every
awesome.
morning he'd wake up and he would just be smiling, and like all the aunties and uncles would come to our room and like try to greet Parker, and like it was great, waking up to that, and everybody wanted to hold him too. So honestly, like it was a really easy trip because Nee and I didn't have to do that much
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as parenting goes because everybody wanted to help out. Everybody
That's
was like, "Oh,
cool.
here, let me hold him. You guys take a break." Like it was great. Like we were like almost just half parents like the entire trip because everybody helped out.
Dude, that's a good idea. So travel with your like relatives and
Yeah,
stuff and
travel with relatives. And oh, I want to say like we did bring our stroller to both parks.
yeah, was it needed?
I we maybe it's just Parker, but like he didn't want to be in the stroller, so he just wanted to be held the entire time. But like it really wasn't worth it for us to bring the stroller like at all.
It's like
Um,
kind of a nuisance, right? Like
yeah,
you just have to leave it
yeah, we
somewhere.
have to find stroller parking, and then for me, it's like, what if somebody steals my stroller? Because we have like
Yeah.
a pretty pricey stroller too.
Yeah, how do they
So
control
like,
that?
yeah,
Like,
apparently those areas are all monitored. Um, but still, it's not like they're giving out tickets for you to reclaim your stroller that you bring in.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know how it's monitored, but nobody's stuff ever got stolen. I saw people just leave their entire backpacks, and one lady left her purse in her stroller. And I'm like,
Dude, that's
man,
crazy.
you're a little too trusting.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of Disneyland, I mean, shit will get stolen. But
Wow.
yeah, people just leave their stuff. But if I had to redo it again, I don't think I would have brought the stroller because, yeah, it was just a nuisance. I had to find parking. And then because I had to go find stroller parking, the family had to wait for me to find the parking before I could go onto the line just to wait for the ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it ended up just holding all our bags. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
That's a good use for it.
yeah, for sure. Um, I
Dang,
think
dude.
I think one thing too, like I don't know if I would want to bring Parker to another theme park. I think before he's like maybe 2 or 3 years old. Um,
Yeah, why?
So the interesting thing about why we decided to go was like one, like Ni's never been, so I wanted her to experience that. But two, we would always see these things about like, hey, you're gonna be changing your baby's diaper and dealing with them crying and having fits and all that anyway. You might as well be doing it in a Disney park. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's just go. But it like it's very limited, in terms of like how many rides that they can go on.
Yeah.
And then for me, like, I guess for my particular trip, maybe it was like a little bit of a language barrier and some like slight miscommunication too. But the Disney portion of the trip wasn't quite like how I anticipated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like one, there was like super long lines everywhere because everybody's trying to see all the Christmas decorations and stuff, and that was like the first weekend that Disney did that. But two, like, I guess we didn't know how to really use the lightning passes to their full extent.
Oh, you guys ended up getting the
Yeah,
passes.
we got the passes,
It's a
but
weird
we
system.
didn't use them properly. So, and we didn't plan out like what our food choices were going to be.
Oh, that's
So
important, huh?
yeah, so we ended up like I went there with all these goals of like making sure I get, the churros, the pickle, the turkey leg, the lobster rolls, and all the other different foods that Disneyland has. I
Yeah.
didn't get any of that,
Oh, dang. Yeah.
because like the relatives were saying like, oh, we're gonna be eating soon, so don't fill up or anything. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just wait then. Or and the rides too, they were like, oh, we're gonna go on this ride really soon. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to be stuck waiting in a line when you guys are on another ride. So I just didn't go on any rides.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I ended up just kind of waiting the entire time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, if I had known I would just be waiting here for like 3 hours, I would have just taken Parker on like all the storybook rides. Because at least for those, he can go on,
Yeah.
right? They're very chill. Like, a lot of them are just on the water and, very slow, like, pace and all that. No jumps or falls or anything.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to go on any of them.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, but it was okay though. Like for me, it was still really cool to just spend those few hours, just me and Parker in the middle of Disneyland. Like it's still a very nice memory to have,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So
People watching and
yeah,
enjoying the atmosphere.
yeah, it was really cool. And like Parker, he's just so friendly. There's so Disneyland has this train ride that they'll they'll pick you up at like Frontierland, Tomorrowland, right at the main entrance, and like Tiana's Bayou, which is like
Oh,
the new ride there.
hmm,
So they'll get all four corners, but they also kind of use it as sort of like a ride too. Like there's some cool stuff that happens during that
yeah.
train ride around. So we went on that train ride, and Parker is like super friendly. So when we were on the ride, he's like looking in like towards the front of him because there's all these things happening in the front. And then this Holly dude sits next to him, and like he has like the hairiest arms I've ever seen. Okay, and then Parker, like he likes to touch things, he
Yeah,
likes
yeah,
textures
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. So like Parker's just like sitting there, looking straight ahead at the rides or whatever, and then he just reaches out and starts stroking the dude's arm.
Oh
I'm like,
no.
Parker, you can't be doing that.
What did the dude do?
Oh, he was just laughing. He
That's
loved it.
funny,
He
dude.
and his wife were just like laughing, and they took pictures with him too afterwards.
Like Parker didn't even look.
No,
He
he didn't even
just
look. He just like
grabbed.
I think he just subconsciously like saw the guy walk in with the arms, and he just like, I'm
He
gonna
looked
touch.
furry looking. Let
I was
me
like,
pet
Parker,
you.
no. And like,
That's
I'm like,
funny.
okay, I guess we gotta make friends now with the dude. We gotta talk to him now. So,
Did he say that you're a realtor?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I would take every opportunity to do that.
F yeah.
Yeah, they loved it, dude. Yeah, the guy loved it too. Parker was just like having the time of his life. It was great.
Dang, man. But yo, let me ask you, how much of your time in Disneyland did you wait? Like, what percent? Was it 25 or 40
Uh,
ratio to?
Personally, I think I spent like 90% 85 to 90% of my entire day just
Oh,
kind of waiting.
wow, that's hard, dude.
Not necessarily to get in line for a ride. A lot
Yeah.
of it was just sort of waiting. Um, but a lot of it is just because like we didn't really plan that well. Um, so yeah, it
Uh,
wasn't the funnest part of my trip.
I see. Was it 1 day or 2 days?
We just did the one day.
Oh, I see. Ah, yeah. If you have 1 day, that's hard because you have to plan everything. So, like, the the turkey leg is like a ways away if like you're at, I don't know, Tomorrowland or something. Like you have to really plan
Um,
what you eat and
yeah,
stuff.
the turkey leg. I think they have it in like Frontierland somewhere. I think.
I don't know,
I
but
forget. I wasn't able to get it, so I don't remember exactly where it is. But
yeah.
like, I really wanted to get a lobster roll too. Disneyland has
Oh
like the
man.
best lobster roll I've ever eaten,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
like really wanted to get one. And like, no Disneyland trip is complete without one of the churros too,
Oh yeah, dude.
and the pickle. I don't know why, but that Disneyland pickle just tastes amazing when it's
Dude,
at
yeah.
Disneyland.
In there, right?
Yeah,
Like
you have to, and even the Dole Whip too. Like we
dude.
get Dole Whip here fresh.
Yeah,
It comes from here, but it's just for some reason it tastes better at Disneyland. I don't know
yeah.
why.
Yeah, I think it's like the ambiance and like the atmosphere, just
Yeah,
being with family and stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Dude, what we always get is the turkey leg, and they have bread bowls, and
Wait,
usually
did you say Red Bull?
bread
Oh,
bowls.
Red Bull.
Yeah, sorry, like scooped out bread bowls, and they
Yeah,
put
yeah,
like
yeah.
hot soup in it. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
always get that. The best one was the lobster bisque,
Oh,
dude. Yeah, in a bread bowl, and then you eat that bread bowl.
I love me some lobster bisque, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Ah,
What did you end up eating though?
I ate nothing. Like,
Dude, I would be pissed too.
I was really upset. I was like, man, I didn't get anything I
No.
wanted. So, I mean, we finally had dinner at night. So we went to the
Okay.
Plaza Inn. So, secret tip, if you're not able to get into the front area to watch the fireworks, what you can do is go to Plaza Inn, which is next door to Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
You can order food from them and then you can sit in that area. So you actually get to sit down instead of having to stand, and you get a pretty clear view, depending where you're sitting, of where the fireworks are and where the castle is.
That's awesome,
So
dude.
that was the travel hack that we did. We sat down and we got food from there. So
Oh.
I from the time that the park opened up until like 9:30, I didn't eat anything.
Ooh, ouch, dude.
Yeah.
Hangry,
Oh,
man.
I get pretty hangry, so I was
Dude,
like,
I'm like,
oh,
why am I fucking waiting? Like, I could be enjoying a churro right now.
yeah. And
Dude, that's crazy.
I wanted to get a turkey leg too. Like that, it to me it was like, hey, if I'm only gonna have one thing, it's gonna be the turkey leg.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even get that
Uh,
because Nee was like, oh, we're going to Louisiana in December. Like, just get the turkey leg there. And I'm like, woman, you do not understand.
yeah, yeah. That's funny.
This is a Disneyland
Yeah,
turkey leg.
yeah.
This is different.
It's different. It
I
tastes
was
different.
like,
It smells.
you know what? It's fine. I'll wait then. It's okay. I'll wait till Louisiana. It's fine.
That's hard, man. I understand your frustration. Like, dude, at least get a Starbucks or something, or like
Yeah,
hot
dude.
coffee.
I didn't even get that. I got nothing.
Is it because you're planted in a area and you had to hold
No, it
park?
wasn't really that. It was just more so like I kept getting told that, oh, we're gonna be eating soon, or oh, we're gonna be going on this ride soon. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait then, because if I have to go walk across the park to grab my turkey leg, I might be late. I don't want you guys to wait. I don't want to like hold behind the line or like make you guys miss the lightning pass thing. So it was more so like I don't want to ruin the trip, so I'm just not gonna go off on my own and get what I want. I'll just stick with you guys. And
Dude, you're
then
good, man.
it just never happened. I'm like, oh boy.
Empty promises. That's just
Yeah. And at the end of the night, I was like, okay, I'm done.
dude.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna eat whatever I can, because at that point, that late at night, you don't have much choices. All the turkey legs are
yeah.
gone.
What did you end up eating? Was it at the plaza in the
Yeah.
restaurant?
I ended up ordering their fried chicken plate.
Okay.
They actually had pretty good fried chicken, so it was a pretty good meal.
Yeah.
And then I got Nee this salmon plate with like a lemon butter caper dill sauce with mashed potatoes and stuff. And it was actually like a really good piece of salmon, I gotta say.
Nice.
And it wasn't too super expensive either. We paid like maybe 17 to $18 for one plate,
That's not
which for
bad.
Disneyland, like that's really not bad at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
I pay that much on like outside for a plate lunch.
yeah,
So yeah, it wasn't that bad, and the food was actually pretty great too.
yeah. I love Disney food. Not all, but like they have some really good stuff. I heard that they get like really good chefs to like make it and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they do definitely have a lot of hits. Some misses too, but in
Yeah.
general, their food is pretty spot on. I heard from a pretty reliable source that Disneyland gets their churros from the same makers that Costco gets their stuff from.
Oh, that would make
Yeah,
sense. That would make
it looks the
sense.
same. It doesn't taste the same for some reason, but I think it's just that Disney magic that they sprinkle onto it.
Oh, you think Disney's one is better?
I would say so. Like even though Costco churros are only like $1.50, there's just something about paying like $6 for a churro at Disneyland. It just makes it taste that much better. It's that extra $4.50 of magic that they're sprinkling on
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah. Like you value it more. It like tastes more delicious
Yeah,
because
it's like
it's
it takes much more effort to go to Disneyland to get that damn churro,
true
so
that.
it tastes better.
Dang, dude. But you didn't get your churro. But
No, I did not,
let's have a redemption trip when we close all these real
dude.
estate
That's
transactions.
the plan,
When they
man.
can walk around and like actually have fun and remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, we were also seeing a lot of these like posts about like your child will not remember this trip, but you will remember this trip. You're doing it for your memories. And I'm like, after our trip, I was like, that's bullshit. I was like, yes, Parker is not gonna remember this, but all I'm gonna remember is like waiting around in this amusement park, thinking about all the things I can't do right now.
That's so
Like it
funny,
sucks.
dude. Dude, yeah, I was like, you were texting me while you're on your trip. I was like, dude, why is David texting me?
Yeah, I had nothing else to do because I was like, Parker's sleeping on me, so I
Oh
can't go anywhere.
man, that's hard. Oh, because he was sleeping too, huh? You can't really move around and.
Yeah. And plus, it's like, like the family
Oh,
wanted to go on all these rides, and a lot of the rides, they're not Parker friendly, So I was like, it's okay. I've been on this ride like 5, 6 times already. You guys go. I'll wait here. It's fine. Just, I hoping and praying that, my wife will come relieve me. She didn't come.
dude, that's so funny. You know what, dude? That's very similar to what happened over here in Hawaii. So
Mm.
my wife and her whole family, mom, dad, two other sisters, their babies, in-law, brother-in-laws, they came to Hawaii for like a week. And basically what it was the men were just taking care of the babies while the family did their thing.
That's a
And
noble thing to do.
like it was just us like men holding the babies while like they're snorkeling in Shark's Cove, and we're like, dude, when are you guys coming back? We were like standing for 3 hours straight
Yeah.
in the hot sun. Then I was like, oh, it's for you guys.
But sometimes that's just what you gotta do. As a guy, you just let your wife have fun. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta make that sacrifice sometimes.
yeah. They go through a lot more, especially Yuki, my wife. Like, it's mostly her doing the late nights.
Yeah.
She lets me sleep in because I have to work and stuff. But yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah, no,
All
for
moms
sure.
deserve a good trip, unless you're not taking care of your kid, of course.
Some travel tips for my parents, all my parents out there who are planning to go on their very first trip with their kids. The rules at TSA do not apply to babies.
Oh,
You can bring all the formula, all the breast milk, all the bottled water you want. It does not apply. We brought a big ass Costco bag and passed it off as his diaper bag,
that's
and nobody
cool.
said anything
Wow.
because they can't say anything.
Wow.
So we brought like the biggest bag that we could find that could still fit into the overhead bins. It doesn't fit into the containers where they have you tested though, not at all. But they're not gonna
Oh,
stop you because if you tell them this is the baby's diaper bag, they can't do anything about it.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's that. You can bring everything, and we brought extra water too, just for us to drink. because Parker's not gonna go through 10 bottles of water on a
Oh,
plane, but we will. So
that's so cool. I
yeah,
didn't
so
know
we,
that.
we brought all of that. You're also allowed to bring your car seat and your stroller. Those do not count against you as check-ins. You can also bring a baby carrier with you. That doesn't count towards your carry-ons when you are on the plane either.
Oh,
So
I
that's
didn't
kind of
know
cool
that.
too.
Wow.
When you're flying, the babies generally do not need any sort of like identification. Nobody asks for like a birth certificate or ID or anything. When you're traveling internationally, though, you will.
Okay,
You gotta have a
okay.
passport and all that too.
Yeah,
But it blows my mind that you can just bring a baby along and no one will say anything.
yeah.
It's like, what if I just stole this baby?
And brought like a bomb on board through the water and diapers.
Yeah, like I mean, so they'll still check everything though, but TSA is not allowed to open any of your stuff. They cannot
Okay.
crack open the waters. They cannot crack open your formula. They cannot any premix formula either. They cannot open it. All they can do is just run their little test strips around the openings and all that, and then see if it pings with anything.
Okay.
And it will always ping though when you run it through the TSA screening. It will always ping because you have all this water and stuff inside. So they're
Yeah.
gonna do an extra check. So plan for an additional maybe 10, 15 minutes going through TSA
Oh, that's
because they're gonna
important.
stop you, guarantee.
Yeah.
The strollers and stuff too, it will always ping because there's metals and stuff in it. So
Wow.
they had to check out our stroller to make sure we're not smuggling drugs inside or whatever too. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. We gate checked our stroller, so you're able to bring the stroller all the way up to the gate too. And then gate checking it is completely free. So they just take it when you get to the bottom of the, I don't know what you call it. Is that called the breezeway?
That tunnel
Yeah, the
thing.
tunnel thing.
I don't
Yeah,
know
at the
what
end of
it's
the
called.
tunnel thing, right before you get onto the plane, you leave it there,
Yeah,
and then when you
yeah.
get off the plane, it's already there waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the
That's
first
good.
thing that they take off the plane.
That's good.
Yeah. I think another travel hack too is if you're gonna be at the Disney parks like all day or any kind of amusement park in general, the parks, due to liability, they will not give you hot water to warm up a bottle or to even make your milk.
What did you guys use?
So we actually bought this portable water heater, thermos thing from Mom Cozy. So it heats it up to preset temperatures. It can heat it up to 98, 110, 118, and 122
Oh, wow.
degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what we would do. And it's good for like heating 4 times throughout the day. So that's what we used.
Cool.
But there was like, because Parker doesn't drink his milk all in one sitting, so eventually it will cool off, especially because we went during the winter time. So the air is like super cool in like LA.
Yeah, yeah.
So the milk would end up cooling down a lot, more often than not. So that's when I had to go out and look for hot water, and that's when I found out that they will not give you hot water.
Really?
The only areas that are allowed to give you hot water is the first aid areas of the parks. So Universal has a first aid area, which is located only in that main area as soon as you enter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, in that lower level of the park where like Jurassic Park is and Transformers and all that, you got to make your way all the way back up to the main level
Oh,
to find
wow.
the first aid station to get the hot water. Same thing for Disneyland. Only the first aid areas are allowed to give you hot water. You can't go to a Starbucks. The restaurants won't give you any.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
yeah. Although it was sort of an emergency, so when we were at Plaza Inn, they actually had like a hot water station meant for people to make teas and stuff that you pay for.
Yeah, yeah.
I just ran in there and I just took some hot water anyway. I got scolded the first time.
Oh, serious?
I was
Oh,
like,
whatever.
well, it's okay. You're not going to ban me. It's fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just took the hot
yeah.
water and I
Not,
went back out.
you're not even gonna see them.
Yeah. So I used the hot water and then it was some miscommunication though, because then I thought Nee wanted me to cool down the water to make milk for Parker. She actually wanted me to use the water to warm up a bottle of milk that she had already made. So I didn't know, so I already started mixing colder water into the hot water so
Oh,
that it
I
could be
see.
a good temperature for Parker to drink. So by the time she told me, I was like, shoot, now I gotta go back there. Like they just scolded me about this. So I
Oh
went back
shit.
anyway, and I just took more hot water, and the same lady caught me doing it.
What,
I was
what
like,
did you
I just
say?
ran.
Oh,
I
for
didn't even
real?
wait for her to like scold me. I just ran back outside.
Was she like,
Oh, she was like coming after me already. She like was walking like towards me, like, oh, I'm gonna get this guy. But
I'm faster than you?
yeah,
That's funny, dude.
yeah. So if you're in a pinch, Plaza Inn, because there's so many people that go through it, it's probably the only area that you're gonna get hot water outside of the first aid stations at Disneyland. Because like so many people are going through, they can't possibly watch you the entire time. So
Travel hack,
wait till no one's watching, then you can sneak a bottle in and grab the hot water there. Yeah.
dude. I want to stay in a hotel in Disneyland.
Oh,
That's
dude, me
so
too.
cool.
My goal for when Parker is older is I want to stay in one of those like hotels that are actually on the park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you can literally just walk out of your hotel room, go into the lobby, and then it's like park is right there.
yeah,
You know,
dude.
that'd be
That would
so cool.
save so much time and
Yeah.
it'd be so convenient. I want to stay there for at least 3 days too.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
dude.
got to. Yeah. Have you been to like Disneyland and California Adventure too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We went quite often, me and Yuki. The maybe the past 3 years we went every year, cause
Oh, nice.
my parents live in California, so we're like might as well.
Yeah. Oh, nice,
So we'd
nice.
take like an Uber from it's a place called Lake Elsinore,
Mm.
and our friends live there. His name is John, and he has a annual pass.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah.
yeah, we go there quite often because we love it so much. I mean, we're not like diehard Disney fans where we're like, oh, I love the princesses and like
Mm.
stuff like that. We love the music,
Yeah.
but we just love the atmosphere and like just being there. Like it was, we went to Tokyo Disneyland and we Yuki was pregnant at the time. She couldn't even ride anything.
Oh,
So yeah,
really?
just like the storybook rides, but like
Oh, wow.
just being there, eating stuff and like listening to music, that was cool.
Yeah. No, it's definitely just super magical just being in Disneyland too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is your favorite park? Do you like Disneyland or Disney California Adventure?
Ah, dude, it's definitely it's hard to compare because they're so different, but
Yeah. But if you had to choose
must.
one though, like
Oh, Disneyland, hands
you go
down.
Disneyland?
Yeah.
Mm.
But California Adventure is so cool because it has like of course the I don't know what they call it now. It used to be California Adventure. It's a roller coaster.
Oh, I think it's called the Incredicoaster now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
it's with the
yeah.
Incredibles, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like a nostalgic kind of ride that I like to go to, and they have beer there.
Yeah.
So, dude, they have this one thing. It has like, do you know what chamoy is? It's like a Mexican.
Mm. Like a spice, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
dude. I don't know what they put in it, but it's like tomatoey,
Yeah.
like sweet and chili.
Nice.
Dude, I like their birria tacos where you like dip it.
Yeah.
Birria, I'm probably saying it wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
birria, dude, it's so good. Yeah, but yeah, dude, we'll make another trip
Dude,
with you
I'm
guys.
looking forward to it, man. Definitely when our kids are older, we'll go again.
Yeah, I don't know when we can go. I think that's why we went so much, cause like we're gonna miss this for.
Dude, no joke, man. Like traveling with a kid, it really changes the way in which you travel. You know, it's not just like adults anymore where you can just kind of like wake up and like, oh, what do you want to do today?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's like you really have to plan it out. And like, especially because it was our first trip, we didn't know what to pack for Parker either.
Yeah, I remember
We
you
literally
stressing
brought
out.
his entire closet with us.
But you said you overpacked,
Oh, we
right?
totally overpacked. We
Oh,
didn't even
wow.
go through like half of the stuff that we brought.
So
Yeah.
now, all said and done, how many pairs of whatever do you bring? Like a
Um,
list. Let's itemize this.
we, I think we brought like 10 outfits with us. We only used like five.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 outfits.
But luckily though, like we stayed in Airbnb and they had a washer dryer there too, so we were just doing a load every night.
Oh, okay.
So like we didn't have to bring all those outfits either. But also like we weren't sure how cold it was gonna be. Because LA can sometimes be like super freezing, like especially in the mornings and nights. But then like afternoons are like warm.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
like we didn't know what to pack for. So we just brought like really everything that we could think of just in case.
Yeah.
But all we really needed was like maybe one slightly thicker jacket and like a light jacket for like the afternoons. And then just long pants. We probably could have gotten away with maybe 3 pairs, but we brought like, 10.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, for you guys, so 3 pairs of clothes for
Oh,
you
no,
guys.
just for
Oh, for
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah. For us, we know what we're gonna go
Yeah,
through, so it was
yeah,
okay. We brought like maybe 2 extra sets of like outfits just in case he threw up on us, which he did.
yeah.
Coming back, like, I think you had said it. It was like Murphy's Law. Like, what can happen will happen, and like everything happened
Dude,
on that flight back.
that was like the peak stress of your
Oh
trip.
yeah, that was like we were already like lulled into like this false sense of comfort, and we're like, yeah, Parker's a good flyer. We'll be fine. So we flew back on a 3 p.m. flight. It's coming back to Hawaii. So we're like, oh, yeah, it's fine. If he cries, whatever. No one's really sleeping on this flight. So we didn't have to worry about it. Our flight got delayed a little bit. So Parker had drank all of his milk. But even then, we're like, he's fine. Like, his ears don't hurt when we take off. So it's chill. We're doing fine. And then, so as the plane finally got the okay to start like going, they were pulling back from the gate. And then Parker takes a massive shit. I'm like, oh crap. And then I looked over at Nee and I was like, can you wait? And she's like, I don't think so. And
It
then
was
she
the
showed me
smell.
it
The
was one, there's a
smell.
smell, but then he shit through the pants. And he had a blowout.
Oh,
So
wow.
like,
That's a
oh
lot of
no.
shit, dude.
Yeah, he was kind of backed up for a couple of days.
Oh, I see. That
So
happens.
I was like, okay, all right, we just gotta change him or else, our neighbors are gonna complain
Oh
and
no.
all that. So like I took him and I ran to the first class bathroom and I changed him in there, and I did it in record time. It was like less than a
Wow.
minute that I was in there. I cleaned him up, completely clean, put a new diaper on, put all his clothes back on, and I got back to the seat in like 1 minute.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, oh, okay, awesome, we're good, we're good. And then there was like another slight delay, and then Parker decides to throw up.
Oh
Yeah, he was
shit,
already
dude.
starting to fall asleep, and then when he falls asleep, he likes to kind of suck on his thumb sometimes. And if we don't catch him, he'll stick his thumb like super far back into his throat, so far back that he'll throw up.
Oh no.
So he threw up the entire bottle,
Oh
and he's
shoot.
like already in his carrier, facing me like into her chest. So when he
Yeah,
threw up,
yeah.
it went all over her,
Oh no.
like the shirt, the pants, all over him. So I'm like, holy crap, we're like probably maybe 10 minutes away from takeoff at this point.
That's so crazy.
So Nee was like, do you think we can still change it? I'm like, uh, I think it's okay. We got delayed a little bit. Can you do it in like 5 minutes? And
Wow.
she's like, you gotta help me. I'm like, there's no room in that bathroom. There's only enough room for one person to
Yeah.
stand there.
Can't
She's
even
like,
fit.
okay, I'm gonna do it. So
Wow.
I grabbed his clothes, gave it to him, gave it to Nee. She ran in there, and then unfortunately, Nee checked in her bag with her clothes in it, so she had nothing with her.
Oh
So I
no.
was like, oh
It
shoot.
smelled like milk the whole time.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. Well, I was wearing my flannel, so I was like, here, I'll just give you my flannel, but I'll just be cold like the rest of the flight because I didn't have my bags either.
Oh no.
So I gave her my flannel, she changed out, and then Parker was able to change out into his clothes. We got that figured out, and then we're like, okay, all right, he's already pooped, he's already thrown up, he's done everything. We're good. All right, it's gonna be smooth sailing back home. And then an hour into it, he takes another massive shit,
Oh no,
and he
dude.
had another blowout. I'm like, dude, we don't have any more clothes for you.
Dude. Oh no. What did you guys do? Was he naked the whole time?
Basically naked. I mean, like we put on a new diaper, and then luckily we had
Yeah.
like a blanket with us too, so
That's
we just
good.
kind of wrapped him in it.
That's good.
But man, I was like, okay, this cannot get any worse.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny, dude.
But yeah, that was probably like the most scarring part of our trip, having to
Dude.
deal with that.
Wow. So did your neighbors, were they like angry or something because of the poop smell or?
No, they were actually really cool, and I think a lot of it was just like maybe it was just our anxiety about it, but like people who are flying, they generally understand that babies are gonna baby. You know, they're gonna do
Yeah.
what they're gonna do, right? And a good friend of mine too, she made a really good point. It's like, look, if they're gonna be upset about a crying baby, they should have bought first class or something.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like it's up to them. They chose to be there, right? And you can't control what a baby's gonna do, so you just do it and you just make the best out of that situation. So
Hmm.
everyone around us were they were very nice. Like even when Parker would kind of wake up and cry like a little bit, it wasn't like it was like prolonged like 1 hour like bouts of crying or anything. It was maybe like 2 minutes here, three
Oh,
minutes
that's not
there.
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So everybody was like they were really nice too.
That's awesome.
They would talk to us about Parker also, like, oh, how old is he? Oh, your baby's so cute. And it helps that Parker is so friendly too. Like he was interacting with everybody that was around him, like kind of waving hi, smiling, and like
Wow.
playing with people. Like so, just him being so cute, kind of like made people put their guard down a little bit.
That
So,
helps.
oh yeah, dude, it totally helped. Like I was telling Nee before we flew, like I was like, oh shoot, should we like make little goodie bags and give it to
Oh,
people around us, like with the earplugs and some candy and like a
yeah,
little
yeah.
note or something? She's like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. I'm like, yeah, but like I'm worried about it, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I always thought about that too. Like
Yeah,
at least earplugs, right?
yeah. But she's like, no, don't do that. Don't waste your money. I was like,
Yeah, that's a
okay,
lot of people to give.
yeah.
Like
But
a lot.
well, I think especially for her though, like we originally thought we were gonna be sitting with the family, so it's like it'll be fine. But because we were sitting away, we're like, oh shoot, I really wish I did. But everybody around us were just so nice, and even the flight attendants too.
That's
They
good.
understand, they get it. You know, like we don't want to be in that situation any more than they want to be too. You know, they feel for us. So no one really complained. No one like shot us any kind of like dirty looks or anything. Everyone was super chill about it.
That's good, dude. And I'm sure there are parents around in that group, right?
Oh yeah, there were other crying babies too. Like Parker was by far like the best, most well-behaved baby on those flights.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everyone else was crying their heads off, but Parker was chilling. And
Dude.
we brought his like aquarium toy too, and so we would just kind of play it for him, and then he's mesmerized by that thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and like we put it on max volume, but because the plane is just so loud
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, you don't hear it. No one
Uh,
around you will hear it. He hears it still, so it's like his favorite songs, and he's just like chilling. So it was great.
oh,
It
that's
was pretty
good.
easy.
So having a musical playing toy may help.
Yeah, you definitely got to keep them occupied though. Like um, for that 5 hour flight into LA, like it really wasn't too bad. But like for those really long haul flights though, you gotta bring them something to keep them occupied.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like so Nee and I are going to Louisiana in December.
Oh, that's a longer flight,
Yeah,
dude.
that's gonna be like 7.5 to 8 hours into Dallas,
Ouch.
and then another like 3.5 hours into like Baton Rouge,
Yeah.
Louisiana. That 8 hour stretch, like that's gonna be rough. We're also doing like a red eye for that one, so you know hopefully it'll be okay still. But that's like a really long flight.
Damn,
You
dude.
know, like we're not quite ready for that one. But that one, I think we also got bumped to like the premium economy seats, so
Oh,
I'm
cool.
probably gonna be drunk the whole time anyway. So I'll be okay.
Dang, dude. What are you gonna do different this time for flying?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we will probably pack a little bit lighter, because we're staying with our friends. So like they also have babies too. So we're gonna have diapers and all these other things available to us there.
Oh, good, good.
I think going into it, we're also probably gonna have a little less anxiety about it this time because we've already been through it. I think we're gonna pack a car seat with us this time, knowing
Oh
that we can
wow.
just check it in. Yeah, I think that's another thing too for all my parents out there. A lot of the rental car companies and Turos too, a lot of people do offer car seats that you can rent. They are disgusting
Yeah, I'm sure they probably
and
don't wash
gross.
that shit,
Yeah.
dude.
So our Turo, it was a terrible Turo. I would not recommend them. But we got a 10 passenger van from them, and I made it a point to remind them the day prior to make sure they put the car seat in because it's super important that my baby is in a car seat while we're
Yeah,
traveling.
yeah.
So like, hey, yeah, don't worry about it. It's already in. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. It was not in. The car wasn't even where it was supposed to be.
Oh, what the heck, dude?
Yeah, they told us, oh, go to the budget parking lot in LA and it's going to be in row B9. The van was not there at all. I thought the van got stolen or something.
Oh wow.
Turns out it was in row B3, so we took like another half an hour trying to look
Are
for the
you
damn thing.
serious, dude? That's lame.
Yeah, we finally found it too. So when you do a Turo, like they have you take pictures to document the condition.
Yeah.
Our van was so beat up. Like there was dents, scratches, holes in the headliner.
Oh wow.
Like it was just really not a great rental car at all.
You had to document everything.
Yeah, we documented everything because I'm like, there's no way in hell you're dinging me for any of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then lo and behold, they did not put the car seat in.
Oh
So I
no.
was super upset. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? And then like I messaged the host and he was like, hey, we can just give you a refund. I'm like, I don't want a friggin' refund. I want my damn car seat.
Yeah, that won't do anything for
Yeah,
me at
like
the moment.
exactly. I was like, can you guys drop it off here? Like, I don't feel comfortable driving with my kid in LA traffic in mainland speeds, like with my kid not buckled up in a car seat. It's not safe.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like, oh, we don't have the means to be able to do that. Can you just come to our office? Luckily, it was like maybe a 10-minute drive away.
That's
So
not
I
bad.
was like,
You
okay,
had
we'll
to
just
Uber
drive
there or
slow.
something?
We decided to just take the Turo and just go there to the
Oh,
office to pick it up.
I see.
We finally went there, and then they tried to hand me this car seat, which was like meant for kids, like a kid. And I'm like, I specifically requested a toddler car seat, a rear-facing toddler car seat, and you're giving me this basically a booster seat.
Where they sit upright.
Yeah, they're sitting upright. Like this is meant for a kid, like a
Yeah,
5 year
yeah.
old kid kind of thing. I was so upset.
That's funny,
And then they
dude.
finally found one, which is like more of a newborn car seat, like the ones that are like almost kind of like flat, like cradle you.
Yeah.
And the thing was like disgusting.
Oh
There was
no.
crumbs everywhere. There was probably throw up stains, shit stains,
Oh,
like
I'm
any
sure.
kind of stain, you name it, it was probably on that
Pee
thing.
poo.
Yeah, it was all over it. I'm
Throw up.
like, this is just ridiculous. So
That's
I made
disgusting.
them, I made them refund my entire car seat thing because they charged us $20 per day for that car seat.
Oh, that's
I'm
yeah.
like, no, I'm not leaving here till you guys refund this because it's ridiculous. I told you guys the day before. Now you're counting me this dirty ass car seat. We had to come all the way here to pick up this damn car seat, putting my son's life in danger.
Yeah.
Like, so they refunded me for it, which is good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Any extras they gave for apology or just refund?
They just refunded. Yeah.
Fuckers.
But like at that point too, I was just like too tired because I
Yeah,
didn't really
yeah,
sleep on the
yeah.
flight either. So I was like, okay, you're refunding me. It's fine. I'll just take it.
Dude, that's good that you were able to sleep that day. Like not just go to the park
Yeah, that was
right
my biggest
after.
worry was
That
like
would suck
get off the
ass.
plane and then go straight to the park. I'm like, oh man, that would suck. Yeah, but it was a chill day for that first day. The aunties decided to just buy like a bunch of crab and lobster, and we just had
Oh
like a
wow.
little Vietnamese like seafood boil thing.
That
It was
sounds
pretty
so
cool.
good.
Yeah,
Never had Vietnamese food with lobster in it. That sounds good.
yeah. I mean, it was super plain. Like I'm sure there's a more like fancier version with it, but like Vietnamese style, I think they really just like to taste like the meat of it. So all they did was just kind of like boil it in like a lemon, peppercorn, and like ginger water.
Oh,
And then they made this like mix of salt, pepper, and like lime juice. I mean, just
sounds
super, super
good.
simple.
Yeah.
No butter, to my surprise. So Yeah,
Wow.
that's all we did. We just ate it like that, and it was like really cool because you got to really taste like the meat. So it's super sweet and
Mm,
like it was just very clean. It's very light. It's cool.
that sounds healthy.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. So, overall good trip. Just not
Yeah.
the waiting.
Yeah, I'd say overall it was a good trip, especially because we didn't have to pay for it. Like it was fine.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
complain. Yeah, but yeah, next time we go, Parker's probably gonna be like maybe 3 or 4 years old before we think about going back.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, same here. We don't know when we wanted to go to Disneyland while she was a baby since it's free, but that's the only good thing about it, right? They're free.
Yeah. Well, so you can go. They're free up until they're 3 years old.
Yeah.
So anytime before that, we can still do it.
Yeah, maybe when she's walking and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll be better once they can kind of like communicate more and like little more mobile. I think it'll be a lot better. They
Yeah,
have more
yeah.
rides available to them at that point too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit easier to take care of also, I think.
If you didn't have to like wait and not eat, I think it's still good for like babies for like stimulation and like the music and seeing people.
Oh,
It's just that you didn't eat.
oh man, the simulation was crazy.
It's maybe it's too much, huh?
I think it was a little too much for
Oh,
Parker.
dude, you I remember you posted like a story of like him rolling around and he's
Dude,
like
yeah.
overstimulated baby
So
or
that was like basically midnight after we came home from Disney. He was rolling around all the way till like 2 a.m.
That's
And he was,
crazy.
I don't know what came over him, but he was laughing at everything.
In
Like,
Disneyland.
no,
Or
not Disneyland. When we got back to the Airbnb,
oh,
everything was just so funny to him.
that's
Like, it was really
funny, dude.
like Nia and I would just be standing there, just looking at him, and he would just sit there and laugh. I'm like, what's going on with
Dude,
you, bro?
he was high.
Oh, he had like a Disney high or something. And then all the aunties and uncles, like, none of us were sleeping at that point because all you could hear was just him laughing, ringing through the entire house. So they all would just come to the room and like play with him again too. So yeah, he didn't sleep until 2 o'clock that night.
Damn.
Yeah, like I would carry him, and then like knees like in the corner of the room like changing into her sleep clothes, and then just her doing that. He thought it was the funniest thing, and he would just be laughing, like really just like joyful laughing,
Dude,
like
that's so funny, man.
yeah, like it's the kind of like it's the kind of laugh that you have when it's like your face is just so sore, but you just can't stop laughing because it's just hilarious, and it's like it's just from the belly kind of laugh. That was his laugh the entire night, and I'm like, bro, I'm so glad you're happy, but you need to go to sleep.
That's funny, dude. Wow. You guys have videos of that?
No, I didn't
Oh,
like
shoot.
except for that one video, because by then we were so tired. Like I was like, dude, just go to sleep, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I would say like definitely do take the trips, go on vacations with your kid. Just maybe hold off on the amusement parks for a little bit. You still have some time, but like that's just from my experience. It wasn't that great. It wasn't really that fun. All you do is kind of wait around a little bit.
Yeah.
But, traveling with your family, seeing new places and just seeing your kid's face light up and all that too, it does make the trip really worth it, for sure. Like wherever you're doing, if you do decide to go to Disneyland or whatever, totally fine. Either way, it will still be basically fun. But yeah, for me, I'm probably gonna wait a little bit, but definitely we'll still keep traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I want Parker to like see as much as we can, like while it's still free for him.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so crazy. He's already taking another trip in the same month.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it is in the same month. We
Wow.
leave in like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and you're leaving in like a week and a half ish.
Yeah, yeah, on the
Yeah,
17th.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're lucking out though, because Yuki and Leia are already there. So
Yeah,
it's just a
dude.
solo trip for you. So you're
Yeah.
fine.
And I'm flying with Japan Airlines and I love their food. They give
Oh,
out free beer too, so I'm
dude.
excited for that.
I I uh I took my first international flight last year with me to go to Vietnam, And man, I feel like I wasted so much time traveling domestically. Oh, dude, I didn't know what I was missing out on. The food, it's amazing. And I
Yeah.
was
How?
told
What
this
did
is
you
just
guys
normal
eat?
food.
Yeah.
Our so we took A&A,
Oh, okay.
which
Okay.
apparently is like the gold standard. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to get on A&A. We had no
ANA,
idea.
dude.
Um, but we weren't even sitting like the first class or business class or anything. We just sat in like more of like the sort of premium economy area.
Yeah.
But the food was like amazing. We had this like really good, super good chicken cutlet thing
Oh,
on this
nice.
like bed of fried rice, and it had like a nice Japanese salad with like the sesame dressing.
Dude.
Um, it had this like a really good chocolate cake for dessert.
Oh man.
Like a nice dinner roll, and they served it with like Sapporo
Oh, nice,
and
nice.
or like wines and whatever or whiskey if you wanted. Um, so we had that, and then for dessert we had Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Oh
They
yeah,
had three
dude.
flavors. It was vanilla, chocolate, and like coffee. And I was like, oh my goodness,
Dude, yeah. It's on another level, like compared to other airlines. I've had
dude,
a lot of airline food. I love airline food, by the way.
you do.
Yeah, yeah, it's not that bad. Or I guess my standards are pretty low, but like Japan Jiao or Anna is their stuff is really good.
Oh man, I I would say that like so far my experience with international travel has been pretty great too. Cause I flew Korean Air on my way back,
Oh, okay.
and that food was amazing too.
Yeah, yeah. Did you
Yeah.
get the bibimbap?
No, they didn't have the bibimbap, but
Oh
I had
shoot.
like a. Oh wait, was it a bibimbap?
They probably
There
have
was
like
like kimchi and like choy-sam. There was a lot of veggies and I think maybe I did get a bibimbap.
oh.
Yeah, it was amazing though, and like pretty much same level of service. The food was fantastic. Like, and I had no shame. Like once I was done with the food, especially on A&A, I was just like, hey, I talked to the flight attendant. I was like, do you have some more food?
Oh, you can ask?
Yeah, dude,
Like
you can
they
totally ask. They're like, oh,
wow.
let me check. And then they came back with a whole tray. I'm like, oh
Oh,
god, I love this.
cool.
And
I
then they
never
gave me more
tried.
beer. They gave me more ice cream. And like I spent the entire flight like completely full and drunk.
Dude, I'm gonna do that. Oh shoot.
It was great, man. Yeah, totally ask. Like
I never
the
asked.
worst they can do is say no, but like if you ask nicely, they'll just give you whatever.
Dude, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, dude. So, you know you're a realtor, like every conversation, do you say that like, oh, I'm a realtor?
I've recently started changing it a little bit. I don't just full on tell people, yeah, I'm a realtor. I like to tell people that, oh, I like to help people, or my job is to help people achieve their real estate goals,
Oh,
or just something kind of cliche, but like, I like to say it like that, and then they ask me more questions about it.
I see, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
because in the past, like if I ever just answer like, oh, I'm a realtor, then they, oh, cool, and then they just, sometimes they don't ask any further questions.
Oh, I see. You have to
Yeah,
like spice it up a
yeah, it's like
little.
sort of like prompt them a little bit to ask me a little bit more.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I gotta think about that. Like,
yeah, yeah.
cause you're talking about like asking about things and like extra food and talking to people on the plane. I mean, I'd had really good conversations on planes before.
Are you the type to like make friends with whoever you're next to on a
Yeah,
plane?
I mean, they usually talk to me, and
Yeah.
I don't do it on purpose, but yeah, I usually made friends. I would like change contact
Yeah.
numbers.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. I do that too. More often than not, I like to make friends on the flights because if I'm gonna sit next to you for like 8 hours, I'm gonna
yeah.
probably talk to you a little bit.
Probably less when I'm with family though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm like, don't talk to me. I just want to like focus on my baby and not have
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
cry.
No, I hear you.
But like yeah, when I was single and or flying by myself, yeah, it'll be easy. But yeah, I'm just figuring out like as a newly licensed real estate salesperson, what
Yeah.
do I do?
So big, super big announcement. I know we sort of talked about it last week, but it was actually unofficial. But as of yesterday, Chris is actually officially licensed. He has a license number now.
Yeah.
So yes, hit us up. Chris and I are ready to help you achieve your real estate goals. whether it's buying or selling in Hawaii or just all across the US. We have a huge referral network. Um, yeah, let us help you. We're all about educating. We're not pushy. We'll help you get it done.
Yeah, this was such a journey. It took a total 5, 6-ish months because of the studying and me failing a few times. And like I failed like 3 times, but I think I failed one because it was super hot and I was taking my test and I all of a sudden started getting like dizzy. It
Oh
was like
wow.
I just started clicking anything because it was like in the summertime and
Hmm.
I didn't want to open my windows because I would hear Lay crying. But
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, yeah. But
Nice, man.
with that in mind, I guess looking forward, right? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your marketing and real estate and stuff like that?
I think I really like where this like Realtor Daddy podcasting is going. I think we sort of found our niche doing this too. So I'd really like to just really focus in and devote a lot of time into developing this brand a little more, and also just to use this as a platform to educate all the people out there and just help as many millennials and millennial parents as possible just to stay in Hawaii and yeah, just to have fun doing it along the way.
Yeah, so this actually does not feel like work. Even if we're like building our brand, our business, it's like every week we go to a different place. We're like, hey, where do you wanna
Yeah,
film? Or what do you
yeah,
want to talk about? And it's like super chill. Like we're not stressing at all about it.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
editing has been faster. It took me 3 hours for the first video, but like it's just like easy now. But we're gonna try to make it better and better every time.
So today we're actually at the Aiea Loop Trail. If you guys haven't noticed behind us, that's why it sort of like looks a little different. You normally don't see too many of these kinds of like what do you call these pine trees,
I
Christmas tree
don't
looking
know.
things.
Yeah.
You don't really see too many of these like around the island, but you know that's kind of where we are right now. Yeah, again, this is Aiea Loop Trail. If you guys have never been here, it's a great trail to be on. At certain points, I think towards like the middle of the trail, if you look over the trees and stuff, you'll actually see portions of H3,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is super cool.
So majestic, yo. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy being that high up and then seeing the cars below you driving around. If you do get hungry, there's a strawberry guava out there too.
oh, serious?
It's invasive, but they still taste pretty good. So
Wow. Yeah, just pick that.
yeah, pick them. Don't drop the seeds anywhere. They're probably gonna drop anyway, but it's okay.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, traveling tips.
Yeah,
That's super important.
yeah. Hopefully that kind of helps some of the parents out there like calm their fears because I went into it with like a lot of anxiety. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's not that bad, guys. Just travel, just do it, make those memories. Yeah, just do it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, especially if you travel with family. It just makes it that much easier. That is probably the ultimate travel hack.
Yeah,
Travel
yeah.
with grandma and grandpa. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just you and the baby and the wife alone. I
Yeah.
can't imagine
Don't
that.
solo it unless you have a really chill baby because whew, Murphy's Law shit will happen.
Literally,
Yeah.
right?
I think with that, we'll end episode 7. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.